Take a look at these, because again, they say often in politics, the numbers don't lie. In 2008, President Obama wins 67% of the Latino vote. Look at the map. Wins convincingly over John McCain with 365 electoral votes. Fast forward 4 years, 2012, the president gets 71% of the Latino vote, wins again with 332 electoral votes over Mitt Romney. In both cases, Nevada, New Mexico, Florida, Virginia, Colorado, places where the Latino vote matters, going the president's way. Republicans now, without a doubt, look at the map, look at the numbers, have a major demographic problem. And there's also little doubt that at the moment, Donald Trump is making it worse.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
And I'm not just saying Mexicans. I'm talking about people that are from all over that are killers and rapists.
Somebody's doing the raping, Don. I mean, you know, somebody's doing the, just saying it's women being raped. Well, who's doing the raping?
How worried are Republicans? They know the demographics. They know they have to win more Latino votes. They have to win more African-American votes. They lost the Asian vote bad last time, too. They can't just rely on the white vote. How much damage do they think Donald Trump is doing to their brand?
It's July. It's early. They think eventually he's going to flame out. So they're not fretting, and they're not about to have some kind of major crisis moment. However, they do fear that he's going to drag everyone else into the fight, and people who haven't even introduced themselves to the country yet, Scott Walker and Marco Rubio, who are known but not well known, they're going to have to be always asked about Trump, and that becomes a problem.
Right. Texas Governor Rick Perry was here in town this week, gave a very interesting speech where he said he counted himself among the sinners, saying Republicans have not done a good enough job reaching out for African-American voters. But then he cited his experience in Texas reaching out to the Latino vote and saying Donald Trump is flat wrong.
I don't think Donald Trump's remarks reflect the Republican Party. I think the Republican Party is reflected in people like me.
But does it hurt their cause in the sense that they want to be making the case for themselves? And instead, right now, they're making the case against Donald Trump. We're trying to stifle Donald Trump.
It's actually hard for me to see how this hurts Rick Perry in particular. I think it's a risk for other presidential candidates. But look, Rick Perry is nowhere in the polls right now. He needs to run a relatively safe campaign with some breakout moments to kind of show he's the elder statesman that he had hoped to be last time around and wasn't. And I think this was a good way to do it. This was a way for him this week to step up and say, as far as Republicans go, I'm the profile and courage here. I'll take on Donald Trump and say what he's doing is wrong. And that speech that we probably would have ignored otherwise has gotten play all over cable news for a week.
But I don't know if it says a lot of good things about Republicans that a profile in courage is taking on something Donald Trump said about Mexicans and other people from South America that's generally seen as incorrect. And I think that will be the challenge when you're on a debate stage with Donald Trump. If he says something similar to that, if he repeats that line, what does a Marco Rubio say? What does a Jeb Bush say? And again, it takes them off of their proactive message.
Yeah, I don't question Perry's sincerity. He's got Hispanics in his family. He's the governor of a border state. He sort of lives in that community. But there's some politics here. Donald Trump is now polling relatively substantially in Iowa. Rick Perry is spending a lot of time in Iowa. His hopes would rest in part on a solid Iowa showing. So I think Perry's got to move Trump there a little bit, too.
And one of the things lost in the Trumpapalooza, as I'll call it, and look, it's been legitimate. He has moved up to second place in the national polls. He's second place in New Hampshire. He's moving in Iowa. So you have to Trump is a factor in this crowded Republican field without a doubt right now.